Here are the graphene tile mats that could be used for literacy center or in small groups. So the first step is to either give, if it's a literacy center, you'd probably give pictures and the students would map the words, or if in a small group, you could give them a word. So for example, if you said play, they could map 3 sounds, p, l, a, and they always use the red for vowel sounds. And then they have to choose from the graphing mats which sounds they would want to spell the word. So for the first one, p, we're going to go for the P. For the next sound, L, we're going to go for the L. And then for the final sound, A, we're going to look at the red tiles here because they're all vowel sounds, darker red for our control vowels. And then they go for the sound that looks right and makes the correct sound. So we've got play. And then I've also got a tray of prefixes so that you can extend for students who are ready for that.
So the first thing you're going to need to do is print out the grapheme tile mats and the graphene tiles. I have a pretty new store called Getting Crafty in the Classroom. So you can just go to teacherspayteachers.com, search up Getting Crafty in the Classroom, and you'll see the very few products that I have added so far. It is the grapheme tile mapping science of reading student activity that you're looking for. It is $2, and what you're going to get is the instructions. You're going to get the tile mats that fit perfectly onto the baking sheet, as well as the extension pack for prefixes. And all of these should be printed onto sticker paper. I'm going to show you how to laminate those too if you want them to last a little bit longer. And then you'll have the magnet sheets. Now the magnet sheets you could either print directly onto printable magnet paper, or you can print it onto sticker paper and stick them onto magnet paper, which is what I'm going to show you in this video as well. So that's basically the product, and print it out, and then we can get started.
For this project, you're going to need a cookie sheet. I got this from Dollar Tree. You're going to need some small metal trays. I got this from Dollar Tree as well. You need at least 1. If you want to do the extension pack with the prefixes, then you will need 2. You're going to need magnet paper. Now you can just use adhesive magnet paper. This one is printable, but you definitely don't need printable ones for this. I like to use the full sheet address labels or some sort of a sticker paper and put it on the magnet sheet. So that would be something like this. I got it from Amazon, and I like to laminate this and then stick it directly on the magnet paper. But if you just want to print directly onto the magnet paper, you could use something like this, which is a self-adhesive laminate sheet that I got from Dollar Brahma, this one, and that could be used on top as well. If you're going to use this type of paper and you want to laminate it, you're also going to need a Scotch laminator or whatever brand you have and some laminating sheets. Okay, so once you've printed them all out onto your sticker paper, you'll see that some of them say tile mat, print onto sticker paper at the bottom. These are the ones that are specifically to stick onto the baking trays. And they're going to be the mats where you store the magnets. And if it doesn't have that at the bottom, then it can be printed directly onto magnet paper, or you can put it onto sticker paper and stick it onto your magnet paper. So for the laminating part, there's 2 ways to do this. If you have the self-adhesive laminating sheets, this one's a partial sheet. I've already cut and used part of it. All you have to do is open it up, and you're going to cut off the plastic that you can see is on the one side. You don't need that, and you just peel this one off and you'll stick it directly on top of what you want laminated. If you're going to use a laminator and laminating sheets, I'm going to show you my trick to laminate just the one side so that you can keep the adhesive on the other. I do this trick when I'm making stickers for my classroom as well. All you need is a piece of cardstock that is quite large compared to what you are laminating. And so basically I just line them all up like this, and I put it inside my laminating sheet. And then I'm just going to put it through my laminator. Okay, so it is done. You can see here that the cardstock is laminated, but it's easy to pull up. So I'm just going to find a little corner here, and I'm just going to pull up the entire thing. Now, if you can see it coming up and it feels like it's going to come up over here, just run it through the laminator a second time. Mine seems to have adhered enough, so I'm just going to lift it up, and I just rip off this part, and then this I will pull the plastic off of so I can use it again for my next sheet. And then you're just going to cut this out along the lines, and you're going to have laminated adhesive, basically. Now for the fun part. So you're going to take your cookie sheet and you're going to remove the sticker from your cookie sheet. I've already done that, and you can see that mine looks quite goopy. You could use Goo Gone to remove that. You can use a hairdryer and scrape it off, but since I'm putting a sticker paper sheet right over it, I really don't see the point. So you're going to take your sheets, and if you chose to laminate them, yours is going to look like this. If not, it'll just be the regular sticker paper. And you're just going to trim along the lines. Now, if you purchased my product on Teachers Pay Teachers, you're going to have yours a little bit more centered to make sure it prints properly, and you're going to have the lines all the way around. So just trim along the lines, and then you're going to be left with perfectly sized tile mats. So it's important that you notice that if it says the tile mat below, it's for these to stick directly on, not for the magnets. All right, so I'm going to place them down, make sure everything fits the way I want it to, and then you're just going to remove the backing. I like to get a little corner here going. Okay, and I'm going to pull along the whole backing. And I'm going to be very careful in placing it right where I want it. So I like to line it up along the bottom. I'm going to get this one out of the way, and I'm just going to stick it right down. Okay, and the same with this one. I'm going to make sure that they are not overlapped, but they both have enough space to be on there. Okay, and I'm going to stick that down. So now I have one tile mat. I do teach grade 3, so I expect I'm going to need this extension as well. I'm going to get mine ready on this cute silver tray from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to try and center this one as best I can. This doesn't size perfectly because I am assuming that people may be using other small trays, not specifically the size. Okay, so then this one is all done as well. Okay, so the next step is to do the magnets. So I bought these printable magnet sheets because I do other projects where I want to print directly on it. Since I wanted these laminated and I didn't want to spend the money on the adhesive laminating sheets, I'm just going to use these and put my sticker sheet directly over it. Okay, so this is what a sticker this is what the magnet sheet looks like. So one side you can print directly on, and the other side is magnetic. All right, so what I'm going to do is very carefully, I want to place my magnet tile sheet directly on top. There is a little bit of leeway, so there should be a little bit of room to go. And just so that you know, if you don't want to purchase magnet sheets, I've also in the past collected these realtor magnet things you get in the mail, and I've used these to make magnets for my classroom as well. So that's just another little idea. Okay, so the trick for this is to get your edge, and In this case, I'm not going to peel the whole thing. I'm just going to bend here, the top a little bit. And that way I can kind of place it where I want to before I press down and ruin everything. So that's kind of lined up the way I want it. Okay, so now I'm just going to push along the top, and then I'm going to pull the backing off as I press down the top. Okay, and so now I've got my magnets ready to go. And now all you have to do is cut along your magnets. So since I have an edge, you can see where the laminated part ends. I'm going to kind of trim that off so that they're sized properly for my tile mat. All right, and I'm just going to keep doing that. So you can trim all the way to the sides, and then you're just cutting out your magnet. So I like to do one row. Okay, and then you just cut out your individual magnets. Okay, so when you have your magnets all cut up, all you have to do is sort them onto your tile mat. So since they're magnetic, they stick nicely onto the baking sheet. If you purchase my Teachers Pay Teachers set, there are 3 copies of A-E-I-O-U vowels. And I just wanted to show you that you can just pile them on top of each other and they still stick. That set also comes with an extra one of all of the consonants, but only one of the other graphemes. So just keep that in mind. But you're just going to sort them onto your mat and you're all done. The colored tiles will go on the separate tray so that the student that you are working with or the student in the center can map out words that are dictated to them or through picture cards. So you're going to want trays or any sort of magnetic surface for them to map theirs on. I hope that this was really useful and something that you can use in your Science of Reading classrooms.